Okay. Guys, welcome to an episode of Honor Radio. We haven't done this in several months now. And, now that there's so much going on with this coronavirus thing and all that, Rick and I, my partner and I were talking and we thought, man, we gotta be more out there and be more influential when it comes to the fear and calming the fear that's going on with so many people right now with not only high school sports, is the reason I'm going to introduce you to Bill Gunn in a second, but just with everything when it comes to our occupations, with work, with the military, all of the stuff that, Rick and I have been blessed to be a part of in such a big way these last 7 years. So I just want to jump right into this. We have an amazing man on this podcast. He's a dear friend. We've known Bill Gunn for years. He's the athletic director of Centennial High School, which happens to be in Corona, California. They are possibly out of our nation, one of the top, I would say, Bill, and if I put you on the spot like this, I would say one of the top 25 public high schools in the nation. And I thought it would be really good to get Bill's take on what's been going on with the CIF cancellations, with what he's doing personally with his school to navigate the athletic environment and the safety of the children that are under his leadership. Bill, thank you for being on this podcast.
Well, thank you, guys. I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you guys, and certainly don't deserve that introduction, but we're grateful to be a part of your program.
Well, Bill, I got to tell you, buddy, your heart and the way that you've supported the Honor Bowl, the Honor Group from the beginning. I mean, way back at the beginning, 7 years ago, you guys entering it with vigor and passion, and the whole student body getting behind it. We'll never forget. I wrote about it in my book. I mean, you guys are just an amazing partner with us. So, Bill, let's jump right into it, buddy. What is going on at Corona? What are you at Centennial? What are you guys doing to navigate what's happening right now?
Right. Well, I first off, let me get it out of the way. It's a little ironic that you want to talk to an athletic director from Corona about the coronavirus, but I couldn't let that one go. You teed it up for me. I just had to hit that one out of the park.
No.
So anyway, so listen, we've shut down everything in our district until April 30th. And this is similar to what many of the surrounding districts have done as well. We're trying to get a handle on this. We had our first 2 confirmed cases of the COVID-19 virus were reported in the media yesterday. One's a person in the city of Corona and one's in our sister city of Eastvale. And we knew it was just a matter of time, right? It's going to affect all of us in some capacity, some way, shape, or form. And our district with Superintendent Dr. Lynn, our school board, our cabinet, they're just trying to do what they believe is the best path to take, keeping everyone's health and safety in mind. And I got to tell you, I think it's the right path at this point, knowing what we know. Personally, I'd like us to kind of get away from the fear part of this, and maybe rely a little bit more on the reality of what is happening, and the flu versus coronavirus. All the statistics and the data there, and I don't think we're out of the woods yet, but. The only thing that we have going on in Corona Norco Unified is administrators and some lead supervisors, and of course some of our district office staff. We are working. There are no teachers are allowed. We actually allowed some of our staff back on campus today for a short window to pick up their personal items out of their classrooms. We'll do that again tomorrow. And then, every day I want to say it's 15 different locations, 15 different schools, a couple high schools, 11 elementary schools, maybe, and a junior high here or there. We're handing out lunches to our kids in the community. And we did it again today. And it's something tangible that we're doing. And I've been fortunate enough to be involved in that at one of our sister schools, Stallings Elementary. And it kind of has the feel of a combination of Halloween and Christmas, right? You're getting to see kids and they're happy that they're getting a lunch, and parents are getting them out of the house. And so it's only for a couple hours, but it's really an enjoyable time.
So, Bill, I mean, when you told me about that earlier as we were planning and talking about this podcast, I mean, it just, my heart went pitter patter, man. I mean, that is just so cool what you guys are doing in your community. At this school, you're talking about a skeleton staff being around now. Are you guys practicing social distancing? Are you guys kind of like seeing each other in the hallway and go, stay away? What's exactly that looking like?
There's only 7 administrators on our staff. We've got 3,200 kids and 120 plus teachers, and another 65 or 70 classified staff and other folks. And so we're really a small city, and right now there's only the 7 of us on campus administratively at any given time. Mm-hmm. I went to campus this morning and unarmed the campus and opened up the campus so our staff could come and get their items. I didn't see one staff member. We've emailed, we've constant communication through Remind and email and stuff to trying to answer our staff's questions. And we've got 27, 28 sports on our campus.
Yeah.
And 10, I want to say 10 of them are in the spring, with the addition of boys and girls lacrosse and now cheer and everything. And those coaches are just holding out hope that we're going to be able to get something in the springtime, because we had just started our league season. I believe the first week actually was complete when the rain came, and then the virus came and the shutdown came.
Oh, man. So what are you hearing from the kids, Bill? Is there a lot of disappointment? I can just imagine.
Yeah. If you follow us on Instagram, you follow us on Twitter, in emails, kids can, email us directly, and they're reaching out to various staff members and administrators, and we're hearing from them. And of course, they're worried about, not just their spring sports season, but, their whole senior second semester experience. These once in a lifetime opportunities that we give kids, the proms of the world and the graduations of the world, and these memories that we give kids. And of course, 98.5% of the athletes that are playing right now are never going to see a college field or a college stadium or a college somewhere. And so this experience is less than, as a result of this. It's not their fault. Yeah. And we recognize that, and we will certainly do everything we can to support them moving forward. But these are definitely uncharted territories for all of us.
Because of Rick and I, because of our involvement with the Honor Bowl, we talk to a lot of the student athletes too. And It's just hard to hear it all right now. It really is. It breaks my heart. It really does, Bill. And I can imagine you being personally with these young people every day. It's just got to be heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is. And for me, it's not that, we're blessed, right? You mentioned it earlier. And I don't say this with any pride, but we are recognized as one of the top public high schools in America. And I get it, right? Academically and athletically. We're blessed to have many, many, many college athletes on our campus every year that matriculate on to the next level. But my heart aches for those kids that this was going to be their last experience. Yeah. And there's a lot of them. We have anywhere between 1,400 and 1,600 athletes on our campus. Yeah. And when you do the math is very clear that most of these kids are not going to go beyond high school. And so to take that away from them is just devastating, and we get it. And we're going to be as empathetic and supportive as we can if and when we're allowed to come back on campus.
Yeah.
Right now, April 30th is the next date that we've been told.
Is that the CIF ruling right there, or is that your district's ruling?
That's what the Riverside County Health Director
Okay.
Has let everyone know. So, when these decisions that school districts make are not made in a vacuum, they're made in conjunction with what the governor is saying and what the county health director is saying and what, the superintendent and the board and all these things. And really, I think that the misconception out there right now is that CIF is kind of controlling what's happening in sports. And that couldn't be any further from the truth. CIF works for us. CIF works for schools. They work for principals. And they're sitting back saying, we're not in a position to tell. In the southern section, we have 560 plus schools. We're not in a position to tell 560 schools what to do. And they're right. And so I applaud Rob Wygott and his staff at the southern section. And they're going to meet again. I think it's the first week of April and kind of decide, well, what can we do with a playoff format? Can we even have spring playoffs and things of that nature? Because the drop date for spring sports down here in the southern section was May 1st. Well, if we're not going back till April 30th, the drop day is May 1st. There's no time to play anything. Wow. So that's the challenge.
Unprecedented, buddy. This is history making by far. With the impacts, the reverberations go on like a wave. I mean, it just goes on like a ripple effect, right? And man, I'm glad that you came on. There's a lot of people that are going to see this, and it's good to hear your take. We're actually talking with the president of CIF tomorrow, Ron Nichetti. He's going to come on and give us his take. He's a great friend to the Honor Bowl, the Honor Group. He's been highly supportive, and so we reached out to him and said, "Hey, Ron, would you come on and be a part of this too, and give us your take too?"
Ron's a really good guy. I've known Ron for a number of years.
Amazing.
Really good man.
So tell us about what do you think is going to happen? And I don't know if you know this, Bill, but when it comes to kids, athletes that, we're moving on to the next level of college, right? What do you think is going to happen with recruiting prospects and that type of stuff? How do you think that's going to be impacted?
Well, for your kid that's a rated athlete, 3, 4, 5-star guy, right? Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to impact them very much. Mm-hmm. For the kid that is coming into his own a little bit later, perhaps, maybe hasn't been seen as much, it's going to be a little more challenging for them to be seen. It's going to be a little more challenging to get film on them. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a little bit more challenging to get them face to face with schools and coaches in a limited window. And so I truly think down the road here, the NCAA, the high school coaches are going to have to get together and figure out, okay, these are the rules that we have in place, but these are unprecedented times. We need to stretch this window of contact a little bit more so that we can get kids seen, get kids in front of the coaches that make these types of decisions. Mm-hmm. And so I think you're going to see those decisions being made shortly here. Everything we're reading, everything we're hearing, 6 to 8 weeks, and, maybe May, maybe June, we get back. The NCAA is going to have to respond to those reactions as well, because it's not just California kids. It's kids all across the country.
Absolutely.
Right? It's families all across the country. And I was reading on Twitter today where, on average, they get 2,000 unemployment applications every week. And last week I think the number was 40,000. These are real people, real lives being affected here. And we need to be sympathetic to them.
Absolutely, Bill. Well, okay. I'm going to slide right into something else because I just got to talk about this. But you're back in the Honor Bowl this year, right? And I'm praying that this goes away when the summer months come and those starts warming up, almost like the flu, right? It starts killing this disease away. But your school is coming back in the Honor Bowl this year. You took a 2-year break, right? Kind of did your own thing, and then now we got you coming back, and you're opening up the San Diego event this year against a huge top 5 team in the nation with St. Francis Academy. Just preliminarily, buddy, and I know we're a ways off. How you feeling about that?
Oh, we're super excited to be back in the Honor Bowl. You and I have been doing this now 7-8 years. I don't know how long it's been, but when you approached me 7 years ago and said, "Hey, we're going to put this thing on," and I'm thinking to myself, "Gosh, does this guy know how many games I get asked to go to?" And I'm thinking, I don't know. And then Matt and I started talking. My head football coach, Matt Logan, and we thought, okay, well, if he can,
let's give him a shot. Let's get.
Yeah, if he can pull this off, well, and that's really what it turned out to be. If you can pull this off, and we can support some of our military veterans that have been wounded, and how they, and all that process, I said that's a win-win for us. Anybody that knows anything about us, we are a middle to upper class school with a blue collar mentality, and we are a one goes or we all go type of situation, and we just are really grateful to be back. We never really wanted to leave, and you and I have had this conversation before about.
Oh, bro, I was crying.
Well, but it's so hard for us to get opponents, and I had to take games that I knew were available to me. Yeah. And unfortunately, those came on the weeks that the Honor Bowl was, and I didn't have a choice. 3 years ago, we only played 9 games in a season because I couldn't get a 10th team to play us.
Yeah.
And that was offering money for a 10th team to go to their place, and they wouldn't play us. But at the end of the day, we're just super happy to be back. We love the mission of the Honor Bowl. It fits exactly where we are as a school and what we like to do in giving back. And we're happy that, we're playing there. St. Francis Academy is going to be unbelievable.
September 4th, baby. Opening up, and possibly on a special TV station too. So we're pretty excited about that one.
Yeah, we're fired up about it, and let's cross our fingers and hope we can get back out to practice here, because spring practice is just going to be devastated when we're not at school, and we're not allowed to have workouts off campus with our coaches and our players. So let's hope we can get this squared away in short order.
Yeah, and I'll be talking to Coach Logan about what he's doing with the athletes to keep them, fired up, motivated, and in shape. Right, because we're not talking that far away, right? No. Summer's going to be here, and then that training kicks into gear, and then we're into game time. We start earlier now. Our games start earlier, so it's the whole season starts earlier now. So it's kind of crazy, but I got to tell you, buddy, we're super stoked to have you back. I mean, another and this might come as a surprise, but your cheerleaders and your dance teams, I mean, they come out with so much spirit. Your fans show up with thousands and thousands of people. I mean, the way Corona Centennial and your city and your community supports the Honor Bowl is second to none, buddy. And so we're excited to have you back.
Well, we're happy to be there, and we will swarm the stadium once again, as we have done in the past, and fill it up as best we can in support of the mission. And we're looking forward to it. It's always a fun time to see you guys down there. And I'm still waiting on that Honor Bowl helmet you promised me 3 years ago. I still haven't got that.
I thought we got you that.
I'm calling you out right now on TV and saying, "Hey, I'm looking for that Honor Bowl helmet to put in my office."
We got to get you that helmet. We got to get you. Rick and I were talking. Everybody loves those helmets, right? And we only get so many every year. But I've got to work with Riddell to bump that up, because it just is a major collector's item, and so many people love them. But I know that you have one in your trophy case at your school.
Yes,
it sits in a special spot with, I believe, the championship trophy Does it have a champion?
Yeah, if you walk into Centennial High School, you'll see all of our CIF championships, state championship trophies and plaques, and the honor bowl sits in a glass case right behind. So everyone that walks in, that's one of the first things they see.
Bill, I got to tell you, bud, thank you for your time. I know you're a busy man. We'll get Coach Logan on in the next few days and get his take. But I got to tell you, bud, it's really an honor to have you in the school. Thank you for talking to our fans and the community that will see this so they know a little bit more about what's happening in the public high schools, especially one that's respected as much as yours, right? What's happening behind the scenes. You're, one of the main leaders out there as their athletic director. You see a lot and you hear a lot, but let's just pray that this virus goes away soon. It doesn't hurt anybody in our communities, and we could get back to business.
Yeah, amen to that. And I'm grateful for you guys and what you do and what you do for our military veterans. And on behalf of Centennial Nation, we look forward to seeing you guys soon. Stay well, guys. God bless you both, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Bill. God bless you too, buddy.
All right.
And this is Honor Radio. We're going off right now. We got more people that are going to be coming on in the next few episodes. I got them lined up. We're going to be talking real estate. We're going to be talking CIF. We're going to be talking military. Yeah, we're going to have fun with this. And while we're sitting at home, you guys will be able to hear what we're hearing. And I think it'll really calm some nerves. So God bless you all. Thanks again, Bill. Rick, give us a 3-5 get some as a way out. Love you, Bill. God bless, buddy. Talk to you soon.
All right, buddy. Bye now.